Hi, I'm Dane. I'm from Spain, and these past few months I've been doing my Erasmus in Lisbon, like a lot of people from Lisbon Behind the Scenes. And on today's video, we wanted to give you some tips about housing, food, grocery shopping, restaurants, transport, what to do, where to go out, etc. For the people that have been wanting to go to Lisbon or do the Erasmus in Lisbon. And also, we wanted to share our experience in that amazing city. So, let's go!
Hello, my name is Nils. I'll be talking about student housing in Lisbon before you go on your Erasmus or whatever you want to do there. And not the housing crisis, so if you want to live there, this is the wrong place. So, student housing. Our group lived in different places, obviously. So, we had some people who lived in Barrio Alto, that's like the close to the party neighborhood. And then you had some who lived in Benfica, which was close to at least our campus. I don't know where your campus will be, just check it out. Because that will be the biggest payoff. Like, do you want to live close to the social life or close to your campus? Because probably one of the two will be a little bit of traveling before you get there. So choose wisely. I personally lived in Arroyos, which is close to everything. Okay, when you finally have decided where you would like to live, I would recommend going to number one recommendation is just getting a friend who lives there already, and maybe get the contacts from their landlord if they at least are happy with where they live. I think that's the most easy thing to do. And otherwise you have spotahome.com, erasmusu.com or erasmushousing.com that also all offer verified housing spots, so you'll definitely have a decent place to stay. But there also is like an extra payment you have to give them because they're like the middlemen. Welcome to Belgium, they're hunting. Yeah, so that's about the housing. I hope you find what you're looking for. Good luck. Alright, so and then you also have Benfica, like I said before. It's close to our campus. It's the suburban lifestyle. You have two big malls there and school. I don't know what else is there. I do know that our friends who live there often struggled with getting to the location for the party or the event or whatever we were planning on doing. They always needed more time to get there. Something to keep in mind if you prefer school over social life in Erasmus. Anyway.
Hi, I'm now going to tell you something about the grocery, food and restaurant situation in Lisbon. So starting with the grocery situation, I personally really like my Auchan, Lidl and Aldi because they have a lot of destinations all around Lisbon and they're very cheap. But sometimes if you want to have like specific things, they don't have it. Therefore I prefer Continente. But the best one is the one, like personally for me, at Colombo, like the big, how do you say it? The big mall. It's so big, like it could be a bit overwhelming, but I assure you that they have everything, especially also for vegetarians or vegans. So if you need specific things, please go there. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you something about the restaurants. I tried several ones and I will give you my recommendations. And all of them, they have not only meat or fish, but also vegetarian and vegan options. Okay, the first one that I really liked is Boa Bao, I think it's called. It's for Asian food and it has a really nice like ambiente flair vibe. It looks super good from the inside and the stuff is super nice. The next one is called Lupita. It's one of the most famous pizza places in whole Lisbon. So you need to be there very early or you need to wait a bit more. You can also order, but it's really worth it because it has different tastes and also vegan options. And it's really an amazing pizza. It's a really small place. It's super cute. It's really close to Barrio Alto and Close to Sodré. close to there is also my favorite burger place. It has no vegan options, I think, but vegetarian ones. It's called Bulgur Burger. And also when you walk down the street a bit more, there's the Heimat Market, and I think it's really a must-see because you can go there with your friends, you can drink, you can get variety of food. If someone wants sushi, if someone wants pasta di nata, if someone wants, I don't know, burger, pizza, pasta, whatever seafood, you can get everything there, and it's super, super nice and it's super cool. And sometimes they do flash mobs or they have like live music there, so it's really a must-see. So I would really recommend you to go there. When talking about Portuguese food recommendations, I have to say that unfortunately I've never tried really traditional Portuguese food because I am vegan or vegetarian. There is one vegan place which is called, we'll write it here because I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. I haven't been there unfortunately, but I've heard from so many people, also from our chef that we had a cooking class with, that it's like the best vegan Portuguese food place to go. So try it out. And the other one I will also put you here. I heard from friends that they recommend it because it's super cheap and they have amazing gambas. So if you want to try traditional Portuguese food, you should for sure go here.
Hi, I'm Alex from Spain and I'm gonna talk about transport. So in Lisbon, I feel like in general it's very well connected. So it really depends depending on where you live or where do you move. So for example, in the center, the city center is like pretty small, so you can walk, but there's really like ups and downs all the time. The metro is really simple, so if you walk around the center and stuff, you should definitely use the metro. It's really good and you're not gonna get lost. But also if you live farther, there are really like good bus lines also around Lisbon. And also you have the train. I use the train to get to the city center, and it's like really good. Like I've seen in other cities, and this one's really nice. But for all of this, you need one essential thing. That's your Navigante card. So it's literally like it's a card where you can use to access every mean of transport without paying, but you like need to inform yourself because you need to take a process in order for you to get your Navigante card. So you have to inform yourself about that. Also, another important transport thing I wanted to mention is how you get to Lisbon and back home, which is probably by airplane. And in Lisbon, there's like a Erasmus association called ESN, and if you get their card, like the ESN card done, you can like access parties and like events like free. Like it's 20 euros a card, I think. But I think the most like important thing like this card offers is discounts with Ryanair, which like I don't know like which countries have like better access to it, but the card gives you 4 discounts, like 4 flights, and the discount is like a 10% discount, which if the flight costs a lot, 10% it's a lot. And the most important thing is they give you a free like luggage to wear. You have like a free 20 kilograms suitcase, and for free, like in those 4 flights you choose, and that's a lot of money. That's like, for my case, I think it was like 6 euros, so you're already saving money when you go back home for the holidays or when you like go home when you finish. So that's like really nice.
Hi everyone, I'm Naomi. I'm an Erasmus student in Lisbon and I'm from the Netherlands. And I'm going to tell you guys something about what you can do during the day in Lisbon. Of course, Lisbon is very big. It's a very big city and there's a lot of activities that you can do. There are a lot of cafes who are very nice for chilling or reading a book, but there are also a lot of cafes who I really like for studying. One of my favorite was Copenhagen Coffee Lab, especially the location of Fama. It's a very nice location. It's very big. There's a very chill vibe, and I think it's very good for studying. Another thing you can do is go to the gym. There are a lot of gyms in Lisbon. I personally went to Fitness Up, and they have a discount for Erasmus students. And a lot of things in Lisbon have discounts for Erasmus students, so it's very nice. And you can just ask for it, and maybe they have a discount. There are also a lot of run clubs in Lisbon. A lot of them are active on social media, and you can just look it up on TikTok or Instagram, and you'll get a lot of run clubs which you can join. Another activity that's also very fun to do in Lisbon is, of course, surfing, especially when the weather is still good. You can join ESN or ELL. Those are organizations for Erasmus students, and you can join them for surfing lessons. You can also just go to a beach, for example, Caparica, and you can go take surfing lessons there. Especially when it's still sunny, you can take a dip in the water and do a fun activity. I would definitely recommend it. It's very nice. Lastly, the nightlife in Lisbon is also very outgoing. A lot of people, especially in the beginning of your semester, will go to Bairro Alto, Pink Street, or Erasmus Corner. I would definitely recommend going to Erasmus Corner to get to know people. A lot of Erasmus students will be there, and especially when it's still warm outside, you can just stay in the streets, have a little drink, talk to people, get to know a lot of new people, and everyone is willing to socialize. Erasmus Corner is also great for pre-drinks because it's very cheap. And after they close, you can go to Bairro Alto, to some bars or clubs, and if you really want to go out, you can go to Pink Street after as well. So I would definitely recommend going out in Lisbon because it's a very nice way to socialize and get to know a lot of people. Even if you don't really like going out, you can also just have a soda and also just chat with a lot of new people, and that's a place where I got to know a lot of new friends.